This is Into the Storm, where winning starts within. The mental performance podcast for athletes, coaches, competitors, and leaders. No hype, no noise, just the mindset that keeps you grounded when it matters most. Let's step into the beam. Imagine you're playing tennis. Match point. You survive it. Another match point. You survive that one too. Then another, and another, and another. Here's my question. How many match points can you face before the next point starts feeling heavier than 1 point? Because that's what pressure does. It stacks things. The scoreboard keeps accumulating, and eventually your mind starts accumulating right along with it. You aren't just playing this point anymore. You're thinking about the last point. You aren't? You're thinking about what happens if you lose this point. You're thinking about how many opportunities you've already survived. You're thinking about the crowd, your coach, your parents, the result. And now you're trying to execute one physical task while mentally carrying a backpack filled with everything except that task. That's today's lesson. Pressure feels cumulative. Performance has to stay singular. Think about how often this happens. You strike out in your first at bat, fine. Then you strike out again. Now the third at bat isn't simply another opportunity. It's, I can't strike out 3 times. See what happened? The 2 previous at-bats just walked into the batter's box with you. Basketball player misses 2 free throws. Next trip to the line, those misses come along. Pitcher gives up a home run. Next hitter steps in, but the pitcher's mind is still throwing to the last hitter. One moment has invaded another. That's where mental performance matters. You need a way to close one moment before opening the next. I use 3 words, and this is how I train it. Name, narrow, next. Let's break these down. First, name. What happened? Not the emotional story, the information. Things like, I rushed, I missed long, I chased, I lost my posture, I stopped moving my feet. Notice what I didn't say. I suck. I always do this. I'm terrible today. Those aren't observations, those are judgments. Name the behavior, then narrow it. So narrow means what matters now. One thing, feet, breath, target, tempo, release. Whatever your performance requires. Pressure wants your attention everywhere. Narrowing puts it somewhere. Then finally, next. Commit to the next action. No courtroom, no argument, no replay. Next. And here's why I like this so much. You're not pretending the mistake didn't happen. That's not mental toughness. You are acknowledging what happened, extracting something useful, and then closing the file. The mistake gets 1 moment, not 2. So here's today's coach's clipboard. I want you to build a physical reset. Something small. Maybe you touch your wristband, adjust your batting gloves, wipe your hands on your shorts, step behind the line, close your notebook. Whatever works. Use that one physical action as the signal that the previous moment is finished. It's done. Then say, name, narrow, next. Practice it during training. Practice it after small mistakes. Practice it when the stakes really don't matter. Because when the stakes do matter, you're not going to magically invent a reset. You're going to use whatever you've rehearsed. And remember this. 5 match points sound enormous when we describe them afterwards. But no athlete can play 5 points at once. You get 1, then you get another, and then another. That's performance. So today's direction, don't carry 5 moments into one. Close the last one. Find the job, play the next one. If today's episode gave you something practical, share it with an athlete or coach who has a hard time letting go of those mistakes. And if you'd like practical mental performance coaching delivered every week, join the free Lighthouse letter at coachronmpm.com. And until next time, stand a little taller, breathe a little slower, trust your lighthouse, and remember, winning starts within. This is Coach Ron. No matter how rough the waters get, the beam is still on, and now you know how to find it. I'll meet you back here next time, Into the Storm, where winning starts within. If you like the show, be sure to leave us a rating, review,